how to calculate partial correlation, we must first know what the meaning of partial correlation. So, first, definition of correlation. Correlation is an analytical technique that is included in one of the measurement technique of association or relationship, measure of association. Measurement of association is a general term that refers to a group of techniques in bivariate statistics that are used to measure the strength of the relationship between two variables. Two variables are said to be associated if the behavior of one variable affects the other variable. If there is no effect, then the two variables are called independent. So guys, after we know the definition of correlation, now we must know definition of partial correlation. So, partial correlation is a measure of the strength and direction of a linear relationship between two continuous variables whilst controlling for the effect of one or more other continuous variables, also known as covariates or control variables. Although partial correlation does not make the distinction between independent and dependent variables, the two variables are often considered in such a manner, namely, you have one continuous dependent variable and one continuous independent variable, according to Land and Mark 2020. When you choose to analyze your data using partial correlation, part of the process involves checking to make sure that the data you want to analyze can actually be analyzed using partial correlation. You need to do this because it is only appropriate to use a partial correlation if your data pays 5 assumptions that are required for a partial correlation to give you a valid result. First, you have one dependent variable and one independent variable, and these are both measured on a continuous scale. The second is you have one or more control variable, namely control variable are just variables that you are using to adjust the relationship between the other two variables. The third is there needs to be a linear relationship between all three variables. The fourth is there should be no significant outliers, and then outliers are simply single data points within your data that do not follow the usual pattern. The fifth is your variable should be approximately normally distributed according to Abdi 2018. Now I will explain to you about use of correlation. If people want to assess whether motivation affects learning achievement, the research design does not use a correlation design but use an experimental design. The experimental design is, for example, as follows. Two equal groups of students are provided. Group 1 was given certain treatment so that they were highly motivated to learn. And then group 2 was given certain treatment so that they had no motivation at all to learn. After a period, give them the same test. If it turns out that their average are different, tested by the difference in mean test, it can be concluded that motivation has an effect on learning achievement. This measurement of the relationship between the two variables for each case will result in decisions including A. There is no relationship between the two variables. B. The relationship between the two variables is weak. C. The relationship between the two variables is quite strong. And D. The relationship between the two variables is strong. And the last, E. The relationship between the two variables is very strong. The determination is based on the criteria that the closer the relationship is to 1, the stronger the relationship. On the other hand, if the relationship is close to 0, then the relationship is getting weaker.
Okay, I will continue our explanation about the sample case that we use in this project task. So, the data source used is a secondary data source obtained from Ulfa Elvira's research thesis from the State Islamic University of Sultan Toha Saifuddin with the title Hubungan antara gaya belajar dan kreativitas belajar dengan hasil belajar matematika peserta didik SMP Negeri 10 Kota Jambi. The data used is the data of 50 students in 7th grade at SMPN 10 Jambi, which was taken randomly, which consists, can we see in the table below. You can see that for the class of 7-1, the number of sample is 17. From the class of 7-2, the number of sample is 17, while from the class of 7-3, the number of sample is 16. So the summary of all sample is 50. The data includes a gaya belajar as X1, hasil belajar as X2, and kreativitas belajar as Y as a control variable, which are as follows. Here is the table of the data of sample that we use in this project task. This is the number from 1 until 17. Then this is the number of 18 until 34. And this is the data from the number 35 until 50. So that's all about the sample case. From the procedure will be continued by my partner. Thank you.
So after we know the sample data that will do partial correlation analysis, now I wanna explain several steps for doing partial correlation analysis by using SPSS. The first step is open your SPSS software in your laptop. Then, for doing partial correlation analysis, enter the data that you have created before in your SPSS software. You can click File, Open, Data, then you can select the data that you have created. In this time, I have created the data mini research because we use the same of data mini research. And click Open. Then the data will be appear. After the data appear, for doing partial correlation analysis, from the main menu select Analyze, then select Correlate and Partial. Then do for variable box fill with gaya belajar and hasil belajar in bahasa. Then for controlling box fill with kreativitas belajar. Then test of significant with 2 tail and display actual significant level. Then click option. Then in statistic you can click mean and standard deviation and zero order correlation. And for missing values, select exclude cases pairwise. After that, you can click continue, then click OK, so the output will display. We know the table of output in this SPSS there is two, right? There is descriptive statistic table and correlation table. Based on table statistic give us information about the summary of descriptive statistical values or data description for three variables: gaya belajar, hasil belajar, kreativitas belajar, which includes mean, standard deviation, and n as number of sample used in this study. In the output table, we know for the variable gaya belajar, the mean is 85.60 and standard deviation is 10.573, and for hasil belajar, the mean is 70.68 and standard deviation 12.035, and for kreativitas belajar, we know the mean is 70.2 and standard deviation 7.438. For all of n is 50. Then from the correlation table, we know there is table noun and table kreativitas belajar. In the output table noun, we know show the correlation value between each variable. In this case, correlation value of variable gaya belajar and hasil belajar before the control variable is included into the analysis. So based on the output, it's known the correlation coefficient value is 0.556 positive and the significant to tell is 0.000, which is less than 0.05. So the null hypothesis is rejected and alternative hypothesis is accepted. So it can be concluded that there is positive and significant relationship between gaya belajar and hasil belajar without any control variable. Then the output table of kreativitas belajar, so the correlation value gaya belajar and hasil belajar is 0.518, still positive and the category is enough, and the significant to tell value is 0.000, which is less than 0.05, so the null hypothesis is rejected and alternative hypothesis is accepted. So it can be concluded that there is positive and significant relationship between gaya belajar and hasil belajar with kreativitas belajar as control variable. So I think it's enough about several steps for doing partial correlation by using SPSS.